Well, I'm going to start something new today. I want to start doing lives every day because I want to teach as many US business owners, US entrepreneurs, US franchisee owners, and 1099 income earners how they can save taxes legally with the Spendthrift Trust. It's legal. It's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. So few people have ever heard of it. It's my goal to teach it to as many people as possible. I have not been using YouTube Live, but a friend of mine said, hey, just try it for a month and see what happens. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, the Spendthrift Trust is legal. It's in the IRS Tax Code 643B. If you want to learn more about this, I have a free masterclass at www.thetrustisuYou.com. It comes from England, way back when King Henry VIII started the Church of England. Hey, murder a few wives, chop off their heads, start a church so you can divorce them. What a swell guy. He went to go tax the lords and ladies of England. They went back to the 12th century to the Magna Carta and said, oh, no, King Henry VIII, you can't do this. It's contract law. It came to the colonies while we were still part of England. The law firm I work on behalf of inherited a trust that's going to turn 365 years old in 2026, before we were the United States. Our current tax structure that we're under went into effect February of 1913. Since February 1913, the only thing it's done is grown and grown and grown and grown and grown. The super rich families of 1913, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, the Carnegies, and the Kennedys made sure they could save taxes. Well, if they can save taxes, we can save taxes. Hi, my name is Sally Gimmon. You're on my YouTube channel. My personal story is I became a real estate investor in 2018 after my mom got sick 2,000 miles from home. My dad stayed with her in Charlotte. She got septic of the blood. She was on a ventilator for 13 months, in the hospital for 15 months. Thank God she got better and came home. In 2019, with my mentor, I wholesaled 7 bank-owned properties nationwide, paid off all my debt. I was a rock star in my real estate group. But if you remember, there was a Super Bowl ad saying, you're not a rock star. Well, I wasn't. I had $50,000 saved for short-term capital gains. I thought I knew what I was doing. COVID strikes. On April 1st, 2020, my 3 properties that I had, they were notes where I'm the Bank of Sally. People pay me their mortgage. My 3 properties did not pay me. I had no money coming in. And then on April 4th, Monday, April 4th, my CPA calls to say congratulations. He actually congratulated me. I made so much money in 2019. My tax bracket went from 22% to 24%, and I owed the federal government $94,000 in short-term capital gains. I told him, this is not congratulations. I only have $50,000 saved. He's like, oh, don't worry. Make an appointment with me. We'll set you up on a payment plan. There'll be interest and penalties that you'll have to pay. That's your solution? That's not a solution I want to be part of. So one of my favorite books is The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. His whole premise is when you go to take a nap or go to sleep, you put an idea in your head. And while you're asleep, your subconscious mind takes over. So I go to bed crying on April 4th, going, where am I going to get an extra $44,000? I don't have it. I wake up the next morning on April 5th, and I knew I'm going to contact a friend of a friend who does HELOCs. I'm going to take a HELOC off my paid off house. It defeats the purpose of being completely paid off, but I needed the money to pay for my taxes. And I also knew I had read an article about the Rockefeller Spendthrift Trust. It's called The Office. It's 7 generations old and has over 400 people under the same EIN or employee identification number. Each separate family files a separate 1041 tax return. The money is not commingled. When I started both my business and Beneficial Spendthrift Trust in September, the gentleman who sold it to me, I asked him if I could be an affiliate of his. I wanted to teach this in my Phoenix real estate group so other investors could save taxes. He's like, sure. Kind of a sad story. I called him on a Thursday. He and I were talking. I said, I need some more information. He's going to email it to me. He says, I'm not feeling too good. I'm like, hey, it's nothing's urgent. Get better. Didn't get his email. I called him on Tuesday. A woman answers his phone, and she says he died of appendicitis in the hospital on Saturday. Who dies of appendicitis? I still say a prayer for him every day. So I thought my cash cow was gone. The law firm I work on behalf of that sells the Benson Financial Trust, they called me on Thursday and said, since you've already sold 14 trusts on your own, we want to make you a direct affiliate of our law firm. There's 17 of us who do this. The law firm was started by a Harvard law professor 78 years ago. He wrote 5 specific trusts. The 2 main trusts I sell are the business trust to save federal and state income taxes, and the beneficial trust is for all investors to stop paying taxes on profits. Today, we're talking about one of my newest clients. He saw one of my TikTok ads. He and his wife started a construction company about 19 years ago. Now they're making about $230,000 per year or more. He's not too sure. So that's the numbers we use. For all of 2026, he would save, where am I? Give me a second. He would save $49,926. Well, we're in March. He goes, what would happen if I started this on April 1st? I'm like, good question. You and your family would save $4,160 in April, $4,160 in May, $4,160 in June, $4,160 in July, $4,160 in August, $4,160 in September, and so on. He goes, well, what if I make more money than that? I go, you'll still save money from generations to generations. He's like, that's a heck of a lot of money to be saving. I go, well, you could put this back into your business. You could pay off your mortgage. You could buy a new vehicle. You could take your family on a well-deserved vacation. You could give to your favorite charity, or you could save for retirement. He laughs and he goes, I have 3 children all in college, out-of-state college. Guess who's paying tuition? I'm like, you could use the money to pay for tuition. With this money, he's going to be saving this, and then he's going to decide who the beneficiaries are and who are not the beneficiaries. To get it started, I sent him a contract, a blank contract. I sent him information on how to fill it out. I sent him some information about the Spendthrift Trust so he can research it even more. And I sent him the payment, how to pay for it. He filled it out. He wired the money in under 24 hours. Super, super fast. Congratulations to him. He started the trust. Now that he is a private client of the law firm, in 78 years, not a single trust has ever been audited. Paul Benson's grandson and great-grandson run the law firm. They're so confident in what they do, they give you a certification each time you start a trust saying if you get questioned by the IRS, they'll defend you free of charge. Why are they so confident? In 78 years, it's happened one time only. A senior IRS agent went down to Houston where the law firm is, spent 5 hours in the boardroom, approved the trust. 2 weeks later, he sends an unsolicited letter to Benson Financial Group saying, this is how I approve the trust. He retired from the IRS. He became an affiliate and went back to all his clients that he had to audit before. He made buku bucks. I wish I had his, I'm going to age myself, his Rolodex. That would be an amazing thing to have. So my goal is to teach this to as many people as possible. I don't care what kind of work you're doing. My story today is about a contractor. Good for him. He does hire people out to do some of his, he's a general contractor, and he hires out subs to finish the work. His business trust will pay those subs. So he's going to save the 90% federal income taxes. So let me tell you this. 90% of federal income taxes would be $36,356 for the full year. And Georgia state income taxes is an additional $13,570 for the full year. So he's going to pay them from his business trust. He'll cut a check or he'll wire. I don't know how he does his money. When he takes it from his business trust, he's going to file a 1041 tax return. When he gives it to his subcontractors, they will pay taxes on any money they make. He's going to still pay taxes on food tax. Oh, I have to tell you this story. Here in North Carolina, I'm in Raleigh. Here in North Carolina, our food tax is 2%. You buy bad food, ice cream, candy, soda pop, or chips, it's 7%. They want to shame you into not buying bad food. I'm not giving up on Breyer's mint chip ice cream. I like it too much. So I still pay food tax. I still pay gas tax. I still pay takeout tax, everything else. If you want to find out more, I have a free masterclass at www.thetrustisyou.com. If you want to get even more information, I have a free class on the Great Discovery. You're just going to go out to www.sallygimmon.com. There, you're going to register as a free learner. The class on the Great Discovery is called Save U.S. Taxes Legally. And then you'll be able to watch other free classes continuously. If English is not your native language, you can translate that class into 165 different languages. I helped a husband and wife whose first language is Korean. They live in San Francisco. They have 3 laundromats. When they set the appointment with me, they had their adult son, who speaks better English than I do, on the Zoom with me. The father hands the son the paperwork, and the son's like, this is how much they paid in 2024. How much will they save in 2025? I give him the numbers, and the father's like, yes. He says he went to nerdwallet.com to figure that out too. Then we did California state income taxes. The son's like, Dad, you didn't even need me. You could have had this whole conversation without me. But the son's like, that's amazing. And I said, well, they could also make the son and his sister beneficiaries, and they too can start saving 1099 income. With the 3 laundromats, we're going to save them 90% on federal income taxes and no longer pay California state income taxes. And for the full year of 2026, they were going to save over $82,000 a year. The son's like, this is amazing. If you want to find out more, my free class on the Great Discovery is going to have a seminar. It's going to have 3 articles from Forbes magazine I did not write. It's going to have 2 pages of case law so you can research this to your heart's content, and examples of clients saving thousands of dollars. My personal goal is to teach this to as many people as possible. If you make $100,000 per year, you could be saving 5 figures guaranteed in federal income taxes, no matter if you file single, if you file head of household, if you file married filing jointly, or if you file married filing separately, or if you file married filing jointly. Listen up, people. On January 1st, 2025, the IRS quietly changed married filing separately to be taxed at the same level as single. If you're married, I highly suggest file jointly. You'll save so much more in taxes. There's 7 different layers from 10% to 37% tax brackets. The more you make, more than $100,000, the more you'll save. I hope you enjoyed my live today. I'm going to try to do this for 30 days to see how that goes. Have a wonderful weekend and take care. Bye-bye.